Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Nimithrander, and today we're going to be beginning Traveler's Tales Anthology chapter. A bit late, I know, but better late than never, I say. A new day in Tevat is about to begin. As you set off on your journey once more, pay attention to the whispers on the wind. Perhaps the breeze might bring you tidings from your friends. Seek out anecdotes by following the character markers on the map. Now this is actually kind of a thing that I have been actually asking for in a couple of my videos lately. Namely, actually putting the cast, all of our playable characters that we've gotten to know and care about, actually put them in the open world, so that we can stumble across them. It adds so much life and vibrancy to the game, just to have them actually be around. So, let's start here with Rosaria. Now, granted, I've bumped into a couple of these already, and didn't have the presence of mind to record them. So, we might not be starting this at 0, just bear that in mind.
Could I trouble you to deliver this letter to Barbara-sama on my behalf?
Looks like we've still got no voices. Wonderful.
Please don't misunderstand. This isn't a private letter. It's an anthem that we of the fan club composed together.
Then you would not object were I to open this letter and read it aloud? Yep, good enough an answer, I'd say.
Well...
Yes, I was going to say, why do you think Rosaria is the one to ask to deliver a message to Barbara? Rosaria may be a nun, but I go so far as to say that she is a nun in name only. Well, to be fair, she does serve the church, but, not the person I would have gone to if I were trying to get something delivered to Barbara, but then again, if it were me, I probably would have gone to her in person, rather than being a little cowardly sycophant like Albert here, and trying to deliver a letter in roundabout ways, to put it nicely. So you did notice that I was watching.
Charity work? Oh, please don't joke. If you really want to help me, then please enlighten me. I don't know how to express my feelings.
Well, you might want to try talking to Barbara first and foremost.
Of course! I'd give anything for her, body and soul. She's so wonderful and... I'm club president.
Not something to be boasting about, buddy.
You mean that rather than having my eyes fixed on Barbara-sama all the time, I should go out and help people? And make them smile?
That would be a good start. It might actually, eventually, make you worthy of her. 'Cause at the moment, sorry, you're just a simp. I don't like using the term, but... well, you kind of fit the definition at the moment. But, if you actually follow Rosaria's advice, you'll stop being a simp hopefully, and might actually be able to approach your idol as something other than a sycophant. Yep, looks like I'm not the only one who's a bit put off by this guy.
Very well. Thank you, sister. I'll pass your words on to everyone in the fan club.
Is that fan club comprised of me, myself, and I? In other words, are you the only member, Albert, of this little fan club? Well, if I'm being generous, I'd assume Barbara actually does have a fan club. She is the deaconess of the cathedral and a pop idol. Don't ask me how those two things actually work together. But, I suppose she would have many admirers. Yeah, he's already run off. Enthusiastically, at that. But you did help him in the end. So perhaps you do have a good heart deep down. Although, to be fair, we kinda knew that already. After all, I don't really imagine either Jean or Barbara putting up with you if you actually were just a bandit. I do know that was your origin, taken in by bandits, but you are certainly more than that now. Maybe you solved one of Barbara's problems too. Yeah, I can't imagine it would have been all that nice to have him, well, stalking her, essentially. It seems you're suited to being a sister of the church after all. As are you, drunk on the beneficence of charity. Oh, I shan't tell a soul. Okay. Let's see, anything else we can do for you, Rosaria? Not at the moment, it seems. Alright, so that's one anecdote. And now we have to see whether or not any further anecdotes crop up while I'm doing the ones presented on the map for today. Because if I remember correctly, there are benefits to be garnered from doing specific numbers of anecdotes. Yeah, 20 in total. So now I wonder, will I actually be able to get 20 of these done in the 18 days we've been provided? Granted, we were given 40, but I've been busy doing the other events and festivals, so I haven't got around to these yet. Also, nice little tidbit about Risley. Despite being a catalyst user, and cryo at that, he can actually break ore deposits. Nice touch, I gotta say. After all, it would be kinda silly if these giant metal gauntlets of his couldn't actually be used to break stone. So he's one of the few catalyst users who can actually break rock. The other one, to my immediate knowledge, would be Ningguang. Amber and a member of the Adventurers Guild. Wonder what they were talking about. I'm afraid the paths are a bit winding and treacherous around here. Number 1 Outrider. And the only Outrider so far as I'm aware. Yes, you could say that. Oh, I'd be glad to try some. Ah, Klee. I hope she's not in detention again. No, not at all. With you here, I say they are in safe hands. Keep up the good work, Amber. I would be interested to see what D-Luke is up to these days. Let's see, looks like Sucrose is in the Thousand Winds Temple. Okay, let's see. We're probably going to have to kill a few things on the way. If I remember correctly, there is a ruin guard seated inside the temple. And we do also have more hilichurls to deal with as well.
Solidify!
Burn it down!
Although frankly, even with Risley not being fully built yet, I dare say that we are amply provided to deal with all the enemies we'll find around here.
Right. Rise with the sun! Rest and read.
Stay cool and face your guilt!
I do love Risley's first animation. It is really cool. Pun intended, yes, as I just realized. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Ruin Guard. Gotta deal with that before we go talk to Sucrose, because I do not want it interrupting.
Stabilize!
Burn it down! Allow me!
I noticed that because I'm employing Kokomi as a healer, and using Thrilling Tales combined with Tenacity of the Millilith, Risley's normal hits are going almost, between 7,000 and 10,000 damage. Which is pretty good, but his charge hits do seem to be suffering a bit. I think I saw one only getting up to 17,000. So, not all that high for his charge hits. But, on the other hand, it is a very comfortable setup.
It'll still be dangerous.
Pachi the Curious. We'll be back for you two in a moment. At the moment, we're looking for Sucrose. I don't seem to be spying her. Oh, there she is. Let's see if I can get up there. There we go. Quite the view you have from up here. Might I ask, what compelled you to climb so very high, Sucrose? Were you seeking solitude? If so, I can depart if you so wish. Nature watching ruin guards, then. Oh, I see. I suppose, yeah, there was a ruin guard down there till I blew it up. I suppose that interrupted your observation now, didn't it? Oh, sorry about that. Oh, pigeon. Aren't they practically everywhere? Though I do notice that one has a black head on it. Ooh. Is that because ruin guards don't actively attack animals? So one finch was fine, but other finches aroused its ire? Well, that's interesting. I rather doubt that it's on the finch's part, so it must be some aspect of the programming of the Ruin Guard. Considering they were constructed by Conria, whose technology, so far as I've seen, far surpassed all of the other nations of Tivat, who knows what limitations their Ruin Guards might actually have. Those are questions worth considering, yes. It is always worthwhile pondering the meaning of life, after all. Alright then. Three down. Let's see if there are any more near at hand. Ah, there's one with Kazuha and one with Yao Yao. Again, it'll be interesting to find out whether or not these anecdotes pop up, well, during a day, or if I need to wait for them to reset. Because I'm pretty sure each person has multiple anecdotes.
Here to play with me.
Rise with the sun!
Hold the line.
Have a safe trip.
A moment, please.
Well, that was easy. Almost feel bad wasting a burst on that. You found yourself a nice little spot, Kazuha. Guyun Stone Forest and Liyue Harbor. Though, to be fair, can't see very much of the harbor from here. Though, Guyun still has quite the nice view. My recent travels have been rather tiring. Waging war on the Abyss in Natlan was quite taxing. Yes, no matter the hardihood of any man, they must always find rest, sooner or later. Do you also get tired, Kazuha? Yes, you fought alongside us in the Civil War in Inazuma, your homeland. That, most assuredly, was not a smooth adventure. Oh, and now Kazuha is gone. I guess he moved on. Very well then. Time to go see Yao Yao. Let's see, fastest way to get there
Full throttle!
is with Moika. Ah, Yao Yao and Mata Ping. Oh, and Yao Yao has a spear. I was going to call that Dragon's Bane, but that's the wrong color. Is that the Lithic Spear? At least I think that's what it's called. It would make sense, since the Lithic Spear, if I remember correctly, gains stats. I forget which, but gains attack or something like that from the number of Liyue characters in a team, which would definitely suit her. Hello, Yao Yao, Madame Ping. You are well, I trust. Let us be careful in your enthusiasm. I wonder, are all the voices missing with these because of the issues with the actors' strike? Or was this always going to be lacking voices, considering how small these are in general? I've been well, thank you. I'm not disturbing Yao Yao's training, am I? Very good. A hard worker as always. Very good, Yao Yao. I'll take your words to heart, Madame Ping. And I'll go have some fun, too. Perhaps I might accompany the two of you on that journey. Liyue may be prosperous, but the roads might still be dangerous. And I feel ill at ease letting two young girls wander alone. All the same, I would feel better if you had a chaperone. Farewell, Yao Yao. A charming little anecdote.
Please be mindful of your personal safety.
Alright. Looks like there's a whole bunch I haven't seen yet. But I've seen enough to potentially get the first reward, but I think I'll hold off on that until I can take all at once. And on that note,
Have you ever seen any stickers on my back?
Let's see if we can find any more before we end today's episode. Because I'm not sure... Oh, there we go. Another one with Kazuha. Looks like these do actually spring up while we are still in game. I won't have to wait days upon days to actually see all of them, it seems. Wonderful. As I was worried that I would wind up having to split this into several videos across several days, simply because we would not have access to all of the anecdotes. That said, considering how long this has already gone, we probably are going to end up splitting this into a few days. If we're already at half an hour, and we've only seen 5 anecdotes. And I'd rather not make this a 4 or 5 hour long video. Getting through all of these in one go is not necessary. So we'll see Kazuha, and then Diluc, and then I think I'll call this episode to a close. And we can pick up with this again next time. But first, I need to find Kazuha. He should be right around here somewhere. Is he up in a tree, perhaps? Perhaps getting to higher ground will help me spot him. He does seem to like high places with great views, so maybe he's up here anyway. Nope. My guess was incorrect. So it looks like I'm right on top of him here, but I'm not seeing him. I wonder, is he down below?
Ah, this wasn't locked. How convenient.
Okay. Yep, not seeing where Kazuha is. We'll try looking for him for another minute or two. But failing that, we'll just go over to Diluc.
Phew.
I wonder, is there another building or underground structure? Because he seemed to be... On the map, it makes it look like I was right on top of him, but... let's see if I can make it to the top of this cliff.
Hip. Hip.
Just barely. Oh, there he is. Why wasn't he there before? I swear I was standing right there. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I was standing right there a minute ago and he wasn't here. So I'm guessing he's here now because it's nighttime. It's the only thing I can think of. Oh well. We found him. Training at night, huh? Since we have the opportunity, shall we spar? I dare say so. We've been to Sumeru, to Natlan and Fontaine since last we met. Oh, and here I was thinking we would actually have a duel. Granted, Kazuha versus the Traveler. Considering that my Traveler isn't really built, would probably not have gone well, but... it would have been neat, all the same. And last up for today is D-Luke at the Dawn Winery. Ah yes, a pack of cryo-slimes. The absolute worst enemy for Wriothesley to have to deal with. But a complete
Rev the engines!
cakewalk for Moeka. That's just what happens with elemental matchups. Let's see if we can find D-Luke. I assume he's going to be outside, but I'll check inside as well for a moment, just to be sure. Ah, there he is. And he's... Again, this is almost exactly the sort of thing I was recommending. Them actually just placing the characters at their regular places. My suggestion, for instance, was having Nouvelette sitting at his desk in the court of Fontaine, where you can just wander into his office and see him there. Doesn't even need a great story or anything, just have Nouvelette at his office. A bit like we have D-Luke in his house at the moment. Pricing. Are we interrupting you? Ah, very good then. But, is there some trouble? Scarcity as a rule drives value up. But only to a point. If you overprice, then no matter the scarcity, people will look elsewhere. So that's how a bona fide winery boss operates, huh? I would call D-Luke a bit closer to a lord of Mondstadt. Though, the old nobility barely exists any longer. Diluc would classify as royalty here in Mondstadt. I do believe the Traveler's a bit too young, actually. I am a little thirsty, I must say. Certainly. Ah, and we got a little apple cider for our trouble. Well, on that cheerful note, I think I'll end today's episode. We will continue, of course, and find as many others of these anecdotes as we can while the event lasts. So, if you've enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do check out my Elden Ring Let's Play, as well as my playthrough of the Genshin Impact main story. I post Monday through Friday, so do remember to hit the bell to keep up with notifications. And, as always, have a good day.